Hey guys, what's going on? So in today's video, I am extremely excited because I am trying out a new boot brand. So these are going to be my first pair of Helm boots. I've seen Helm boots on Instagram a lot. I've seen a lot of my friends wearing Helm, buying them. They seem to really love them, and I've always found them to be extremely attractive boots. And today it is my honor and privilege to finally be trying out a pair of these. This is a pair of Helm. So this is going to be the Zind Boot in Olive. The Zind is their plain toe boot. Designed in Austin, they're made in Brazil. The unboxing is a very nice experience. Comes with a boot bag, very nice, cotton. It says this is a pair of Helm, very cool. I love boot bags. I love having them. I use them in my boot wall behind me, and I obviously use them when I travel and things like that. But this is just a beautiful, beautiful boot. Now, first and foremost, there's a lot of back and forth on sizing. The general consensus on sizing with Helm is to go true to size. Now, I can tell you, yes, after getting these in and measuring these up against, say, my Aldens at a half down and 8.5, these 9s are the same exact length. I'll get some sizing comparisons here in a second, but first off, yeah, there's a lot to love about this boot. I'm very impressed by the execution here. The design is just flawless. First off, it's just a perfect silhouette of a service boot, in my opinion. So we've got 7 antique brass eyelets. We've got a pull tab back here. We've got a gorgeous silhouette, a gorgeous last here. Nice almond shaped at the toe. Reminds me of the Renav Goods A1 last. It's sort of almond shaped, but it's not as almondy. It's somewhat rounded as well. What's really striking to me about the Zind, about most of their boots, is this white layer. It really gives like a really striking contrast, very sharp. What's also always struck me about these boots is the sole. So it's got Helm on the bottom, and it's got a rubber half sole, just protecting the area right here that would tend to wear down quickly. If you look at leather soles, when they wear through that first layer of the outsole, it's always right here. It's typically like right here. So by putting rubber here, I think that was a good choice, a good move. It's also stitched in. Now see, this, like, typically my advice is to refrain from putting on the Vibram topies. I had all my Vibram topies removed from all my boots because it just doesn't allow the leather sole to flex. You know, I get it. You know, guys are paranoid about their leather soles. They think they're going to wear down super quick. But the topi isn't integrated properly into the boot. What they do is they take the topi, they glue it on over the leather sole. And what that does is that prevents the leather sole from flexing properly. You know, you think about it as your toe flexes, as this area here bends, the topi is going to restrict that action. And so it gave me a lot of heel slip on some of my boots. Sometimes the topi would break in easier, but it's not a healthy stress on the shoe. It's not a healthy flex. Now, what Helm does here is they shave out a portion of this leather outsole, and then they install the rubber topi half sole here, and then they stitch it down. It's brilliant. It's the most brilliant integration of a topi that I've ever seen. It comes pre-installed with a topi. They also leave a little room if you want to install a metal toe plate here. I don't think that's necessary, but you could if you wanted to. It's also quadruple nailed in. I think that's beautiful. A really beautiful, well executed sole. I love the Helm relief here, and it's nailed in. And then we've got rubber back here. So they put rubber on the areas of the sole that take the most wear, but they retain leather in areas where the rubber is not necessary. I think that's a very tasteful and classic execution of the sole here. Really impressed by the sole. So I went for the Zind in Olive. I'm a sucker for green boots. I love green. Green is my mom's favorite color, and that always resonated with me. My favorite color is blue, but if I had to choose a second favorite color, it's probably green, because we humans, we have like a connection to the color green. We feel happy when we look at green. You know, being around lush green forests and green wilderness and green vegetation, it just makes us happy psychologically, and I feel that connection to green. That's why I'm always a sucker for green boots. I know a lot of guys, they're sort of hesitant with green. They want to either do brown or black. They feel safest with black because black goes with everything, but no, green really goes with everything. You could wear these with khakis, blue denim, black denim. It's going to look fantastic. Such a beautiful earthy olive tone that this leather has going on. Yeah, the stitching all over the place, very flawless stitching. They do double stitch along the quarter here. They do a double stitching along the eyelets here. And then they also do a really cool box stitch right here to really secure the quarter to the vamp. I think that's a good choice. Some guys actually do a rivet here. Lars at Osmo Boots, he does a rivet there. That's a really beautiful choice, but stitching it down is just as good. Yeah, so we've got a back heel strip here. So on the inside it says, "All truly great thoughts are conceived while walking." Wow, that's profound. I agree. When you walk, your heart rate goes up, the blood circulates to your brain, and you have more clarity, mental clarity. So let me read a little bit about the Zind, and then we'll get some sizing comparisons going on. As a side note, I also really like the stitching on the back heel stay here. Right before it gets to the pull tab, it's a box stitch with an X. Super nice. I'm really impressed by all the stitching. Seriously, the stitching is really, really well done. The Zind Boot is blending elements from two customer favorites, the Zind and the Marion Olive. The Zind Olive is a boot made to pair with jeans on the weekend or a suit at the office during the week. Using elegantly clean and supple babbo leather, it steps away from the work boot style and into a class of its own. The fine-line sole offers grip and traction with a dressy profile, while the 415 last gives it a narrow and refined form, making it a style versatile enough to accompany all of your outfits. So the construction is Blake Rapid Stitch Welt construction, black double stitch throughout. The shell is full grain babbo leather in olive. The liner is fully lined with black leather. The midsole is Helm's signature white midsole. The sole is fine line sole for added grip and durability through all seasons. Eyelets, antique brass eyelets. Laces, 2 pairs of 46-inch black round cotton laces. 415 last. The shaft is 6.5 inches. The weight is 2 pounds. It fits true to size. If you are in between sizes, we suggest sizing down. Fully resolable. Seasonally updated sock liner, quote, and tongue stamp. Reinforced leather pull tab, handcrafted in Brazil. So the sole is poured rubber insert and stacked leather sole for superior longevity. It's got a glove-like feel, fully lined for a custom fit. Premium leather. Krumenauer leather for durability and instant comfort. Water-resistant and resolable Blake Rapid Stitch Welt. What's in a name? Where would Helm be without Amelia Zind? In addition to being a beautiful person inside and out, she is the anchor of our office, keeping us all sane and in order. She is always taking care of us and our customers as well. We are proud to have her as part of our team, and it's only fitting that this amazing, balanced, and lovely boot be named after Miss Zind. So in other words, like the true to size thing, yes, it seems to be mostly true. Yes, go true to size. But the customers seem to rate the fit as a little large, a little right of center. The fit overall just seems to be a little bit larger than center. So typically when I go true to size, it's a perfect fit when that scale indicator is right in the center. This one's just a little bit to the right of that. Now, I'm going to dive into why that might be. So overall, my recommendation, I have a high volume foot, a wide foot. Going true to size was my right move. If you have a low volume foot, you might want to go down a half. So let's compare these boots to my Parkhurst. These are my Parkhurst boots in color 8 Dublin. Beautiful pair of boots. Fits my foot like a glove. These are 8.5, so down half a size, and I wear these with thin to medium weight socks. I can't pull these off with thick socks. It kind of crushes my foot. Now, the Zind Olive, in terms of length, left boot, left boot. So let's get the heel counters lined up. So yeah, it looks like it's exactly the same length. Maybe the Zind has like a millimeter in length on the Parkhurst. So the Zind 9, Parkhurst 8.5. So here we have my Thorogood Roofer boots, outstanding, 8.5, Zind 9. As you can see, the Zind appears to just be a hair longer, if not equivalent, in a size 9. Heel to ball appears to be identical though. So now let's do Grant Stone, the Grant Stone Ostrich Boot. By the way, they just restocked those. I'll leave a link to that in the description below if you're interested. They won't be restocked. This is your last chance to get some insane Cognac Ostrich from Grant Stone. Don't sleep on this pair. This is an outstanding pair of boots. I never thought I'd be an ostrich man, but I am now. All right, so Grant Stone 8.5, Zind in 9. Yeah, the Zind toe just extends just a millimeter beyond the Grant Stones, but overall I'm comparing the volume, I'm looking at the width, and from the bottom it looks like the Zind are smaller than the Grant Stones. Zind 9, Grant Stone 8.5. So I'm happy with the fit at a 9. Here's a pair of boots I've been meaning to review. This is from my buddy Joe Hangy. He's actually going to be selling these. These are the Red Wing mock toe in copper rough and tough. He sent me these to review. I feel really bad. I've been sitting on these for like a few months probably, waiting to review these, but these are in 8.5, and if you're interested, reach out to him. They are for sale. So Red Wing mock toes 8.5 against the Helm Zind Boot size 9. So there you go. So yeah, being that these are made in Brazil, so again, I talk about this a lot, how the different regions tend to produce boots of different volumes. Now, anything that's Iberian Peninsula, so that's Spain, Italy, Portugal, that also means South America as well. So that's going to go for Colombia. Speaking of Colombia, these are my Bourdon boots in size 41.5, so a half down from true to size. My buddy Andres considers this to be a very full last for a shoe. I consider this to be a standard last. Like when I think a full last, I think about the Alden Indy, the Alden True Balance. And so here we go. Helm boots, Zind, size 9, Bourdon, 41.5. This 41.5 is technically my correct size, but because it's a little bit lower volume, low instep, I could only wear it with thin socks. So keep that in mind. So in a general sense, any boots made in South America are going to be lower volume lasts. They like those lasts because the average foot type in those regions are going to be lower volume, thinner, sometimes flat foot, low instep, low volume ankles, things like that. And so they design their last to accommodate that foot type. And so that's why a shoe or a boot like the Alden Indy True Balance fits my foot so well, because it's so rounded out here. And so here we have the Alden Indy, the Alden Vintage Indy, and this is going to be 8.5 compared to the Zind in a 9. Same identical length. So if you're comparing to your True Balance in Alden, you want to go up a half. 8.5 Indy, 9 Helm. And the Indy, even then, the Helm just is just going to be a little bit more narrow there. So going up a half is what I would generally recommend if you have a high volume foot. If you have a low volume foot, then follow the advice of the other reviewers, which is to go down a half. And here we go. Nick's boots, swashbuckler from my buddy Angel at Nobleman's Apothecary. Killer boots, tank of a boot. Now this is not a good length and width on the, comparing the length on this is not useful because, as you can see, the arch support here, we've got a very tall heel here, which is going to reduce the length when you look at it dead on. So as you can see, the Nick's is super short in comparison, but again, it's because of all this curvature here. It's eating that up. So when you look at it top to bottom, you're like, oh, the Nick's are super short, but they're not. It's because of that curvaceousness, whereas this is going to be a lot straighter. So I'm impressed by these Helm boots. They're super comfortable. I love the look. It's beautiful. I've never heard of Babo leather before. Let me Google that. This is the Krumenauer leather. Krumenauer vegetable tan leathers. So the Krumenauer tannery facilities currently have over 85,000 square feet of building area with capacity to produce approximately 1,300 hides a day. It employs 120 employees, a staff with a high degree of knowledge in the preparation of leather, ensuring higher quality end products. The company has had a strong presence in the international market, allocating about 85% of its production for export, with China and the United States being its main importers. Other important destinations include India, Czech Republic, Taiwan, South Korea, Australia, Guatemala, France, and Germany. The leather sold by the company is intended to the leather goods market, mainly belts, handbags, and footwear. The most varied types and specifications of leather are manufactured, tanned both vegetable as chromium tanning in various classifications, better service to meet market requirements. The raw material leather is always sourced from the best slaughterhouses in the country. So a little bit of history here. On November 11th, 1911, Adolfo Gustavo Krumenauer, who used to work at the tannery then called Cortume Hines, bought the company from its owner, Mr. Pedro Hines, registering it with his own name. A strong connection with the town of Portao and the shoemaking field of Valle do Rio dos Sinos made the company one of the most traditional suppliers of leather in the region. Under the management of the Krumenauer family, the company has always invested in technology and preservation of the environment, while maintaining the basic principle of concern for the quality of its products and services, specializing in vegetable tanned leathers. Cool, so they are located in Rincão do Descalho Portao in Brazil. So it's a Brazilian tannery. And yeah, fantastic quality on the hides. That's really cool. That's a tannery I was not formerly familiar with. Let's look at some of Helm's boots. So yeah, so they have the Zind in black, full grain Balthazar leather in black. They've also got the Zind in teak. This is a incredible color. The teak is also made using Balthazar leather in the color teak, which is a very vibrant orange tan color. Similar, I would say, to my Grant Stone boots in saddle tan veg Badalassi. Insane, one of the most versatile boots I have, one of the most vibrant, brilliant pair of boots I have. This is a home run right here. So if you're looking for something similar, the Zind in teak would be my choice for that. They also have the Zind in standard brown, which their brown looks to me to be similar to brown Chrome Excel, which has a very reddish tint to it, a very reddish hue. So not a true chocolate brown, but like a red. Also in Balthazar leather. Last but not least, they have the Zind Natural. This Natural is in Babbo leather. And Helm has a collection of other boots as well. They have a cap toe. Their cap toe is called the Hollis boot. The Hollis, they offer it in black, teak, olive, and brown as well. The Hollis is also on the same 415 last. And the Hollis has a half commando sole, very sharp. They also have what's called the Lou boot, which is also a cap toe, except the Lou boot comes on a rubber cushion sole in malt. They have the Lou boot in brown, black, natural, and teak. They also have what's called the Pablo boot, which is their version of the Chelsea. It's a side zip Chelsea. Incredible. That's a really sharp design. Wow, they really nail it with these silhouettes and these designs. The Chelsea has a really cool double stitch on the back heel stay and a pull tab. So this is going to be on their 405 last. Their Pablo, their Chelsea side zip, is going to come in black and brown. And then so they have the Declan boot, which is their version of the Chukka. The Declan boot comes in black, brown, and tan, and teak. That Declan and tan is super sharp. It's actually on sale right now for $75 off. They've also got a tall boot called the Jacob boot that comes in brown and black, also on sale, $50 off that. They've got the Whalen chocolate and the Whalen in black. The Whalen is going to be their version of a mock toe Chukka, and it's going to come on a crepe sole. And wow, that Whalen in chocolate is insane. The textures on that, they're just beautiful. They also have a decent collection of shoes and sneakers and slip-ons. So anyways, I will leave links to all that below. You guys can click on those and buy those if you're interested. Check them out. I'm very impressed by this company. They're designed in Austin, Texas, but built in Brazil, materials sourced in Brazil. So Helm started back in 2009. They sold their first pair of boots. They were straightforward and built to last. Since then, we've spent every day perfecting the modern men's boot. Our goal since day one has been to create a boot that is versatile, timeless, and functional, able to be worn in the workshop or boardroom. A classic in the making. There are over 153 steps involved in making a pair of Helm boots, performed by 14 master bootmakers. We're relentless about craftsmanship and have spent years refining our process. Every pair reflects the dedication we have towards our craft and our customers. Make it last forever. We believe that everything we make tells a story of quality, trust, and authenticity. We combine timeless construction methods with premium leather and materials to create a boot built with one purpose in mind: endurance. Dedicated to the craft. Our mission is to walk in and stand out. We believe in providing our customers with the confidence they need to conquer the office, workshop, or weekend. We're committed to offering a product that gives men and women courage to take steps they've never taken and to live a life that's from the ground up. The white line, a mid-layer of rubber substrate that provides additional support and is a key identifier of a genuine pair of Helm boots. We originally started with an all-white rubber sole, which led to the idea of adding an additional layer of leather underneath. It's become an integral part of our brand, a design element that separates Helm from the rest. It's a detail we're proud of, and as they say, there's often a fine line between good and great. Yeah, I agree with that. Oh, they sell Venetian. They have a flagship store in Austin. You can come hang out with them in Austin. Oh, that's cool. If I'm ever in Austin, stop by our flagship location in Austin, Texas. Step inside, try on the boots, have a drink on us. We'll help you find the right pair of boots and get you set up with everything you'll need for the road ahead. Made in Austin. Simply put, we're from here. We love everything about Austin, the people, the culture, and resolve. Every pair of Helm boots is designed in Austin, Texas. Wow. Incredible. They also have a pre-owned program. Wow, they're doing it all. Well, anyways, I'll have to do some follow-up videos on these as they break in. I'm very impressed by this brand. Everything I'm seeing so far, the execution, the design, all of it, I'm just super wowed by this company. Super inspiring to see them, everything that they've done so far. And the boots speak for themselves. So anyways, thanks a lot for watching, guys. What do you think about these boots? Do you have any Helm? What are your thoughts? What are your experiences with this company? So far, I'm very impressed, and I am excited to be trying these out. And I'll do a follow-up video as they break in and give my thoughts then. But anyways, in the meantime, you can follow me on Instagram. My username is AeroSurferLV. You can track how these patina over time. And anyways, thanks a lot for watching, guys. I will see y'all in my next video.